You asked. We'll tell.
We'll tell y'all the deets.
Well, anything you asked, at least.
But yeah, anything related. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Hello!
Hello.
Welcome back to Adulting Midwest Style. My name's Alicia.
And I'm Aaron.
And today we have a Q&A episode. We haven't done one in a few months, I think.
Yeah.
So we thought
look
we
it
were
up.
due to do one, but first, let's continue our Oktoberfest / fall beer collection.
We need beer suggestions, content suggestions, more cues.
Yeah, we'll keep doing them as long as you're giving us the cues. I'm drinking the Pumpkin Lager from Lakefront Brewery. If you did not watch, we did rank Oktoberfest beers and a couple episodes ago. Take a look at that. We'll link it above.
We will not tell you where that one ended up.
No, we will not. Hopefully my face doesn't tell anything.
And then this is Third Space Oktoberfest.
We did not rank this
From
one.
Milwaukee. So would you like to try it?
Well, yeah, of course. We didn't even cheers. My God. Cheers, everyone.
Sure.
All right, let's see.
Two different flavors. Which one
Yeah,
do
I
you like?
don't like that one as much as the pumpkin.
I figured that. That one's much more pumpkin-y.
Well, that one is just, I don't know.
Yeah, there's something
There's something
different.
a little off.
I wouldn't say off, I would just say different.
I'm going to stick with my off.
Okay.
But anyway, like we said, Q&A questions. As per usual, we will put the screenshot of the question from our beautiful, wonderful watchers above our heads. And then, yeah, if you have any other cues or want to add on to anything that we talk about, definitely comment below.
Yes.
And subscribe. But shall we?
Yeah, let's start.
Would you like to start?
So, from Kylie, she said,
Kylie who?
Kylie Pry, what are the movies, shows, songs, podcasts you've been liking recently? You guys always answer this, but it always seems like you're changing. And
It's true. It's true. And we actually have one that we have two right now
Yes.
that we watch together weekly. So that's exciting. The first one is a Hulu original called Murderers in the Building.
Only Murders.
Only Murders in the Building, I apologize. It's a Hulu original with Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez, and it's great.
It is great. It is a half-hour episode.
Which is always nice to have on a weeknight.
It is, I think, 10 episodes long for the whole season. I believe they've done 8 or 9.
Yeah, I
So
think
you could
this week might be the season finale.
You could legitimately purge it in one day and be.
Oh, easy, because they each episode has like a cliffhanger on it. So like if I waited and watched all 10 episodes, like I'd probably binge and watch all 10 episodes. It's so good. And it's kind of unexpectedly good because I wasn't sure. I had never really seen Selena Gomez act except for like Wizards of Waverly Place, and I loved
Barney.
her in that. Well, Barney.
She was like 4.
Yeah. So we really like it. We watch it night of,
Yes.
and it's a good time. And we like it's about a murder, obviously, in their apartment building.
And they are true crime podcast
Lovers,
enthusiasts.
yes.
And they're
they're kind of living their dream.
living their fantasy there.
Oh yeah, sure. So it's really good. Highly recommend it, and that's new for us because it's a new show. It just came out first season this summer, I think.
Yeah,
so.
I want to say about a month or 2 ago.
So yeah, definitely watch that.
And then Great British Baking.
Yes, Great British Baking on Netflix.
Team Giuseppe.
Yes, we are Team Giuseppe. If you are avid watchers like we are, and we also watch that same day. It's a Friday episode. So both of these shows are weekly. They put a new episode out a week. So we watch our Tuesday night and Friday shows on the days.
Mm-hmm.
But Great British Baking is fantastic. It's a nice break between
Death and Murder.
yes, and anything else that I personally watch. Because outside of that, Aaron really doesn't watch too much TV.
No. It's not necessarily humorous, but there certainly is drama. There certainly is just people who you just don't care for.
No, we definitely have the people that were like, can you go home now? Thanks.
Yeah.
But we're Giuseppe fans. If you are watchers, comment below if you are a watcher who you're rooting for. 'Cause we also like Chigs.
Yeah.
And then for me, my other show that I watch on the other nights is Shark Tank.
Yep.
I'm on Hulu watching that because it's got like 13 seasons. And it's so funny watching the show from season 1 because it seems to be so different back then than it is now. So it's actually really entertaining, and there are some lunatics on there, and it's quite entertaining.
Yes, it is. And even like it's weird seeing like a woman, she advertised masks.
Yes. On like season 2, a woman advertised wearing like fun masks, and they all like shut her down like, this isn't a thing, we don't need this, this is not.
That was like circa 2008.
Yeah.
You
so
know.
obviously at that time it was irrelevant, but like they were legit like surgical kind of face masks. And so I was like cracking up the whole time. I was like, that's crazy how that was being like an entrepreneur was promoting that on the show, and obviously
Like
they
12
shut it
years
down,
ago,
so.
yeah.
And then as far as songs, podcasts, I'm honestly sticking to the same podcasts. I still listen to Armchair Expert. I still do Crime Junkie, of course. Mile High Club is one that I've kind of dabbled in because I'm really into the Gabby Petito stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I've been trying to keep up on TikTok with that, and the Mile High Club, I listen to it on YouTube, but they do a lot of good coverage on that. So
Have there been any movies that we have even seen advertised that we even cared for? Because I can't name one.
we don't see movie advertisements very often on what we have, like Netflix or Hulu. I honestly haven't watched a movie in a really long time.
Unless it's a Hulu or Netflix original.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, I can't even. I think maybe the last movie we watched was that Hulu original one that was like.
With Adam Sandler.
No, well, I think that was Netflix, but no, it was that Clue like one.
Oh, yeah,
I don't remember what it's called, but it had like Jamie Lee Curtis, Chris Evans, other famous people.
Oh, why can't I remember
I know,
that?
I can't think of it either.
Yeah.
But it was good. But I think that was the last one we watched together.
Where the old man died.
Yeah.
And they were trying to figure out
Yes.
how the old man died.
Yes.
Would recommend if you knew the name of it.
And it is a Hulu original, so I think you have to have Hulu. But anyway. But yeah, so unfortunately, and songs I kind of keep up with. I keep up with songs based on what I watch on TikTok. So,
I do not.
yeah, so I guess to answer those questions. But anyway, moving on, Micah Ann commented 2 questions, so we'll kind of do each of them. One is, what is your most memorable Halloween costumes?
All right.
I have a few that I remember specifically. I was an angel one year. I only remember that because we have a bunch of pictures of my entire family in costumes, and that's the one picture that we all seem to be doing something either funny or smiling or I don't know. And so it's one that keeps like repeatedly popping up on like Halloween-ish time. And so I know I was an angel because I see it. And then another memorable one was in 8th grade, and I thought I was so cool. I was Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and I had like a legit Belle dress, and I thought I was so hot.
Yeah. You nailed it.
After that point, I didn't really go trick-or-treating too much. So I think 8th grade was my like last solid year where I went like as an actual thing. Otherwise, I think after that I went as like a soccer player or like a football player or something.
Then you were a boxer in college.
Oh yeah, college. Yeah, okay. For college parties, I was a boxer. That was probably my best one as recent because I had a great makeup artist, my best friend Lauren. She did a great black eye.
She gave her a black eye.
Yeah, that was probably my most recent, really good. Like I had a good get up on that one.
Yep.
Anyway, proceed, sir.
I got 4. Number 1 was I was the Tin Man.
Yes.
So
I've heard about
the entire face and hands were painted.
Now,
silver.
your mom handmade most of your costumes, right?
Yeah, my mom is handy like that, so everything that I'm about to tell you was not like bought from a store.
Right,
Maybe select things were bought from a store, but not like anything like that.
right.
Number 2 is I was a basketball being dunked into a hoop. So I had to hoop around my shoulders with a net, and then I had a basketball mask, so that is something that we bought, and then my mom glued on like gloves, so it was like a hand dunking the basketball.
Okay.
And then number 3 was I was a guy who lost his head, so he was carrying the head, which was my head, but then
You
it
were
went-
headless.
It went up, and it was shoulders and arms. And
You
stuff.
just looked like a super tall man
Yes,
without a head.
yes, pretty much. And then the last one, I was Brick Tamlin.
Yes, that was his college costume for
Yes,
that year.
it was, and we won a $100 bar tab with only 3 of the people.
Well, because, 3 of his other friends were the other guys in Anchorman.
The Anchorman news crew.
Yes. They all, it was legit awesome. They did a good job.
Yeah, we shaved our face
Yeah, facial hair was accurate.
Les had a
Clothes
mustache.
are very accurate because they just Goodwilled everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
From the 70s. That's all you
Yeah.
need. Yeah.
So, that was memorable Halloween costumes. Side note, Theo is going to be SpongeBob this year.
Yes, we have decided.
Yes, he has like a onesie SpongeBob costume. I wanted to keep it more comfortable because he is still only like 1.5. So I didn't want it to be a thing where he'd want to rip it off as soon as I put it on him.
That's half the battle with
Right.
children's things is that, okay, we're going to put them in a mask.
There were
and
so many that was like,
a
that
costume.
is dumb. I'm not going to waste money on that when I know he's going to just wear it for 2 seconds for a picture or something.
Now,
and
when-
probably not be happy
When
about
he
it.
was only, what would that be, 9-10 months old, was his first one last year. And we just made him Scarecrow, which was
Well, he wore overalls he already had, a flannel he already had, and then your mom made like,
a straw hat.
yeah,
The end.
So-
And it lasted, 10 seconds.
right. But anyway, thank you, Micah. Here's his next one, or she. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Micah? I know dude Micah's. So I'm going to go with dude.
Well, sorry if you're a girl.
No. Oh, it's Micah Ann. I probably screwed up.
I don't know.
I'm
We apologize. The next question is, what are some of your most memorable Christmas presents from all the years?
Ooh.
I can think of a few memorable ones, mainly because I regret asking for them because it was just a dumb,
Ask.
I was so excited about it at the time, and then I hardly used the product, which I feel like everybody can relate to.
Everybody can relate to that, and I was like moody 14-year-old, and I used to get sad because I would look up in my closet and I would see these gifts that were bought for me that I literally didn't even open.
Oh, yeah.
And it would just be like I could have asked for so many different things.
Yeah. So, one of which for me it was the year Freaky Friday came out with Lindsay Lohan, who played the electric guitar, and I was convinced that was awesome and cool, and I had to be able to play that. And so I asked for an electric guitar and got one, and I think I might have strummed on it 3 times total.
And then you're like, oh,
I don't know how to play this
This thing plays music, and I don't know how to play it.
So that was one memorable one.
It was probably
I got a digital camera one year when
Yeah.
digital cameras just started being a thing, and I was really pumped about that. And that I did use.
because that was actually probably before the introduction of smartphones.
Yes. Oh yeah, for sure. I got it in middle school.
Yeah,
I
so
think it was a chunky, smallest screen on it, but it was I thought it was so cool.
I
having
mean,
one.
do you remember when Blackberries became a thing because
Yeah.
they could access the internet?
Yeah.
And it's like, geez, how cool is that?
I think of another memorable one. I mean, I've had good years since. Now that I own a house, I ask for practical good things, and I'm always happy with that.
Yeah.
But I can't think of anything else from my childhood that was super memorable. And I feel bad because I know my mom watches, so I'm trying to think if there's one year that
I got a lot of memorable things.
Well,
and-
go for it. You go for it.
Okay. One year, my dad really went into sports memorabilia, and he would get me framed prints of like really Hall of Fame type players, and it was like a hand painting, like numbered series, so it's worth a significant amount of money, and like got autographs and stuff. So that was like all one year. My dad must have saved for the entire year to buy all this stuff, and
Or
now
bought them gradually or something.
and now obviously there were some autographs that just didn't pan out, and they were really popular then and just didn't work. But there are others like Derek Jeter that like made the Hall of Fame, and it's like that's awesome that he was able to get a Derek Jeter autograph. Another one was kind of like what you were saying, that you asked for it and you just like never played with it. It was a Hot Wheels. Basically, you know, it had like the car launchers, but it was like a sphere. So just like, or not like it had track to
Yeah.
it.
Well, yeah.
It was called the Fireball.
Oh.
Picture here.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it would shoot cars everywhere and they'd crash in the middle. Oh, it's so awesome. This was back in a time when they made limited quantities of things. So it was like a thing where
Once it's out, it's sold out.
Once it's out, it's sold out, and there wasn't. Does that ever happen in today's world? Like maybe phones when they first come out,
Oh yeah, I mean things probably do sold out. Like
but
I
like
bet like the most popular toys and stuff.
but like video games and stuff, you used to have to pre-order them in order to guarantee your disc. But now it's just like they make 10 million discs that no one ever buys because you buy it digitally. But this was like a thing that like you needed to like buy on the shelf, and if it was gone, it was gone. And somehow my parents got one, and it was pretty awesome for like a week
Yeah.
because you had to build it. Okay, let's build it. Oh, you didn't build it right because the certain tracks had to be in certain places and everything. So that was a nightmare.
So you just like got over it.
Like, no, I ended up figuring it out, but then it was like, oh, let's put the cars in there. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. All right, that was fun. And I kind of felt bad.
I just thought of another one. American Girl doll.
Ooh, yeah.
I had an American Girl doll. I'm pretty sure I got it for Christmas because I think all three, or my other two older sisters, I think we all got them the same Christmas or something. I had Felicity. But yeah, that was a good year. I asked for one and got one, and those were like super popular for a while.
That was a great question.
Yeah, that was a good question. Memory lane.
Yes.
Go ahead.
From Kylie Hull. Sorry, Kylie Pry. This is Kylie Hull. If you could put yourself in any cast TV or movie, what would you pick and what would your character be like? Both of you.
Ooh, getting creative.
Yeah.
I feel like you could assume what show I'd want to be in, or what shows, but I would probably choose like New Girl, because it seems like they say they all have jobs and everything, but their jobs look like
Or just
they're just part of the show and they have fun, and so I'd probably want to be like
friends with them.
a friend with them, just join their club, and maybe I'd work at like Nick's bar or something for a while.
And that somehow pays for that job.
Or maybe be like a teacher. Yeah, I'd probably be a teacher because that's realistic for me. And I'd be just friends with Jess's character and just like weasel my way into their life. And I'd be the cool, sarcastic girl. Done.
I would pick Hey Arnold. And that'd be probably Arnold.
You can't replace a character, I
Well,
don't think.
oh,
I think
okay.
you're creating a new character.
Okay, I'd be in Hey Arnold's world.
Uh-huh.
And
What would be the shape of your head?
well, let's see here. There's a football, like there's so many different shapes of heads in that.
I know. I mean, I never watched it religiously because I didn't have cable, as we all know. But that's one thing I like.
How about just like the most perfect sphere of a head?
Okay.
Just
Like Caillou.
yeah. And yeah, it'd be fun and hang out with the buds.
What sport would you play?
I mean, they played all the different types
Oh,
of
okay.
sports. Yeah. They were just like school kids, and that's like.
What would you bring to the table of the group?
Well, I would just be like the funny guy. There you go.
Oh, is there not one in there?
I haven't seen the show in years, but that's what I'm going with.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's a great question, though. But yeah, I'd be a new girl. Aaron would be in Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold.
You'd be animated.
Yeah, I would.
That's super fun.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Kylie. And from Danielle Marie, what are some of the baby names you considered besides Theo?
Okay.
We did, I think, possibly answer this question before.
Right. Or at least touched on it.
Yeah, so for boys, we were pretty set on Theo quickly, but we did consider like Dylan and Luke. And then for girls, we considered Quinn. I liked Skylar, but that was definitely not going to happen because Aaron didn't like it.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was like the only thing I could think of was Breaking Bad.
Oh.
And well, it's like, all right, like what do you think of when you think of Luke? Luke, I am your father. Like
Yeah,
that's like
I suppose. And I mean, the girl names, that was kind of what Aaron liked Kelly for a while.
Yeah, that's just a generic name too. Well, no, it is. Like it's a very common name, unlike Quinn
Yeah.
and Skylar.
Yeah, so I think those were kind of all the ones that we like considered. And then once we like landed on, well, we did consider Austin for a first name, but then we ended up putting that as Thea's middle name.
Yep, and I kind of like a lot of people do their maiden name as
My maiden name, yeah.
like yeah, it'd be your maiden name as their middle name, and I know that like your parents do that.
Yes.
And then, like, one of our most recent friends did that
Mm-hmm.
too. And it's like, oh, we were never intending on putting.
My maiden name is like, it'd be a difficult one to have as a middle name, I feel like. I don't know. I love my maiden name, but I don't think I would want it as a middle name.
It is a last name.
Yeah.
It is not a name. Like,
Yeah. I respect those that do it, though. I get it. I know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the final question we have is from Kelly Meyer. What is something you're each wanting right now but haven't gotten? And to expand on that, she said like a material thing, like clothing, video games.
Okay, sure. Let's do this.
I know what you would say.
Let's do one for the house. That okay, one for the house that like we really want, but we just like don't want to spend the time, money, or effort to do. And the other one is just like.
Are we testing to see if we are agreed upon for the house one?
Sure.
Okay.
You go first.
I assume that we both would want a new garage door.
That is something that we do want, yes.
But, yeah, that's what I would say. Our garage door works, it functions, but it always sounds like it's not going to function, if that makes sense. Like, it always sounds a little creaky, and I always, like, in the back of my mind, like, God damn it, this is not going to open today, or something like that.
Do you know how to get the garage door open if it were to fail?
Yeah, you can just push it up.
You need to do something first.
No, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, that would be an issue.
A lesson later, I guess.
That is, you pull the little chain guy.
Oh, and
that
hangs down.
You pull that and it detaches everything. So they can just go. Whoosh. Otherwise, it's attached to the motor and you'd be pushing against the
Aaron's
motor.
educational moment.
Yes.
Anyway, what would you have said?
I would have probably said, because like right now we have the woodpeckers pecking at the post.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So I really want new siding, but that's a really pricey, something that I could never do myself.
The siding is something we'll eventually have to do. But
we have cedar siding, it's wood siding, and then we have what could only be vinyl siding on like the side and back of the house, which like, so the facade of the house.
Like it doesn't, it's like the parts you don't see from the road.
Yeah, the facade of the house has some nice stone and then cedar siding.
I love this stone, yeah.
But I just wish it was one kind of a, not necessarily a different color, but just not wood.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah, it's the material we're not a fan of and feel like it's
And then certain places of the house you look at and you go, ugh, like they either need to get power washed or like changed.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I guess I was going like more realistic and sooner.
Yeah.
I don't know. As for like a personal thing, I'm not sure. I love shoes. There's like a white pair of sneakers that I think are just like Adidas or Nike brand that I want that are just plain white. I guess I know. I would want to get like a nice, like either a Peloton treadmill or Peloton bike. Because we bought a treadmill, like, not even Peloton, just a nice treadmill or a nice
It could
bike.
just like a more name brand.
Just more like techno, like have a video screen on it or something. Because we have one, I bought it, or we bought it off of like Facebook Marketplace just to like have something. It was like $150, and it's just like small, and it doesn't have a lot of functionalities, and like it does the job, but not to the point that I would want to like work out on it. I guess it's more like a, hey, let's have a nice quick stroll or something. I don't know. So I'd probably upgrade that as like a very like big purchase that I would potentially want to do.
Okay. And then me, you think that you know mine. Okay, because this is what I'm going to say. I think it would be really cool to have a gaming laptop.
Nope. That
What-
was not what I was going to say.
What do you think it was going to
You've been eyeing like 3 different golf clubs for months.
Well, that's true, but I also have I have the funds. Remember how we saved those
Yeah,
funds?
I know.
But I do have to get those golf clubs. But if I could get a gaming computer, so like these would be like, you could have like Roller Coaster Tycoon and like the backyard
Oh,
sports
uh-huh.
games, and like that sounds like really fun. But I wouldn't want to like put them all on our main computer and then like bog that down.
Yeah, no, that one.
Like gaming computers are meant to have a lot of storage and
Oh.
play games like
He was super
Graphically.
pumped. I like pulled out this box from like a cabinet, and it had a bunch of pictures, and it randomly had our Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Roller Coaster
CD.
Tycoon 2.
And he's like, "Oh my god, give it to me!" I'm so like he was all excited. I was like, "Okay."
I gotta install that. So
Yeah. But anyway, I think
yeah, that's it.
that's all the questions, and I can't think of anything else. But thank you for giving all those questions. Definitely comment any more that you'd like us to do in a future one. We probably do one around Christmas.
Yeah.
We did one last year around Christmas, and it was fun. But we hope you have a great rest of your week.
Oh, we're beeping.
And yeah, we hope you have a great rest of your week and enjoy the fall weather. I know we have been. We've been liking going on our walks and stuff like that. Theo loves walks. So
Yeah.
cheers, everyone. Subscribe, please.
Cheers.
Cheers.